Oh boy, water signs. Happy Friday and welcome to your daily focus tarot. This is not good. So the deck basically, the Weird Cat tarot basically, fell on the floor in two groups. I left the split. I asked for clarification from the Ethereal visions. So the Seven of Cups came in sideways. Seven of Cups in the upright is like unrealistic desires that you're daydreaming about. It can be possibilities, illusions that are seducing you and making you think there's opportunity when there isn't. Sometimes it is about actual opportunity, but sometimes it's not. So in the reverse, this talks about greed making you feel secure, even though you aren't. It talks about temptations, insecurities, indecisions, being overwhelmed by choices. So to have it sideways, neither way is good. Especially with the clarifier, and especially the way the deck was when I shuffled it and it just went all over. So the clarifier is Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is a card of somebody getting away with something. It's a card of like workplace sabotage, gossip, overwork due to worry about finances, deceptions, people being irresponsible, betrayals. The best way to read it is that it's a card of somebody planning, researching, acting strategically to get away from their job, to find a better job. Like somebody is doing their research. Maybe they're being headhunted. But it's basically not, it's not good. Your personal values are on the line with the Seven of Cups, with this card of, emotion, mentality, spirituality. It's on the line. The swords are about thinking. So you're having this conflict and you're thinking about what to do. There's all this possibility, and the possibility is quite tempting. It's quite seductive. But it's not healthy. Now, the Queen of Cups, this came in the reverse. In the upright, this is a card that talks about queens are motherly, so they're nurturing, they're all those divine feminine aspects, they're creative, they're inner strength through, by calming that chaos. Think of the mothers, that there's toddlers running around, there's kids screaming, and yet they manage to have dinner on the table. Their house is clean, their kids are clean, they're clean, So in the upright, that's kind of what this card, that energy, and it's an emotional stability. When it's in the reverse, it's the opposite. Everything is chaos. They're not able to do even simple tasks. The self-care, let alone caring for others, is out the window. This can be a card of somebody mentally and emotionally manipulating, being abusive. It's not good. It kind of speaks to like that temptation in the Seven of Cups, like a figure that's tempting you to ignore your intuition, to ignore the things that you put in place to take care of yourself and to keep yourself on track. The clarifier is the Hierophant. The Hierophant, this is the card of, it's conservative, it's traditional, it's the card of seeking higher wisdom from like an educational person, or seeking guidance from, trying to get a degree, get an educational, something from an educational institution, something from a higher religious authority, a priest, or somebody who's higher in spiritual practice than you are. So it has to do with education, religion. It has to do with institutions of knowledge, whatever that knowledge may be, whether it's esoteric knowledge, spiritual knowledge, medical knowledge even. It has to do with getting that guidance from somebody. And that could be the person who's manipulating you. This person who has some authority, like a boss or a coworker, somebody who's, got more seniority than you do, and they're tempting you. At the bottom of the split, on the one side, okay, we have the Tower, which is all about change. It's about either a sudden aha moment, a sudden breakthrough, or it's about the universe stepping in and saying, no, this is not your direction. You have to move now. In changing that. And then we have Justice, which is literally, could be legal justice. The Hierophant could be a judge, could be a lawyer, could be somebody in some higher authority institution that deals with the law and makes the decision. That particular Hierophant I read is more being about religion, the balance in knowledge between light and dark and religion. I don't always read that one as being about educational sources or like lawyers or medical or anything like that, or job related sources. So Justice, it could be a lawyer, it could be a judge. This is about getting balance, the actions, whatever negative actions people have taken, they're now coming back to them. And you'll notice this cat has two tails. I never noticed that before. I noticed the cherries for the scales, but I didn't notice it had a pink tail and a blue tail. And there's no blue on the body. It's interesting. That's a C. Yep, that's a C. And that's interesting. Okay, so the Tower is bringing you balance, it's bringing you change, it's bringing you satisfaction. 9 of Cups. Mental, emotional, spiritual satisfaction. Satisfaction in what you've been able to accomplish. And 4 of Wands is a happy homecoming. What's at the bottom of the other split? It's 4 of Wands is a community thing. It's a union. It's a joyous celebration. 4 of Pentacles. Pentacles, Knight of Swords. So getting clarification on something that you've been working to create and you've been growing from the very beginning. You've taken action on it in order to protect it. In order to protect it. You've taken action on it in order to protect it. And then you're getting the answers on maybe you took fast moving action on it, but now you're slowing down because you're getting the answers on how to balance it out to achieve that abundance. Yeah, you really had to protect that. You felt you really had to protect that and take swift action. I mean, this Tower and Justice, the Tower is very swift action. At the bottom of the Ethereal Visions, Ace of Pentacles, which is about a new beginning, a stability in terms of the physical world, an abundance in the physical world, with health, with career, with finances, with, house and car, anything physically you own. And the Empress, the same. Where was she at? She was down here. Yeah, she was down under the Page of Cups. So you have the Empress in both decks. And what's in your unconscious and what's hidden from you. You have the Empress in both decks. And then Six of Wands. This is a victory. It's a victory for your personal values. It's a victory over something that was leading you astray, over whatever was leading you astray. You're going to have a victory that's going to align you. The victory is going to align with your personal values. And that's part of what the abundance is. It's not just a victory. It's a victory that's aligned with your values. A victory would be one thing, but to have it in alignment with your values is more. It's worth more. Sorry for the length. Hopefully this helps somebody. Have a great Friday. I'll see you tomorrow.